What's going on? This is Afi Kingdom from the Afi Kingdom podcast. I got legendary guests today. We're going to chop some good game, talk some female nature, talk some ism, talk some player shit, talk some motivation. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and let my guest introduce himself, and he will be speaking at the Gang Kings 2 and the documentary he will also be in. So, let me go ahead and bring him in.
What's up with it? It's
How you doing, man?
maintaining without complaining, man. Happy to be here. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You want me to introduce myself?
Yeah. Tell him who you are and what it is you do. Tell him just
Okay.
who is Boss Mac. Matter of fact, tell him where the name came from too, my bro.
Okay, I go by the name of the Boss Mac Topsoil. You understand me? From Compton, California. Um, uh, I'm a recounter. You understand me? I see myself as just a real nigga out here, just living, trying to be better every day. You know what I'm saying? And since I've lived a while and been through a lot of things, I try to share game with some of the, share game with the people out there. Put game in the air for the youth and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I can't say I was like a pimp or nothing like that, but I was like I did a number of off the book things for paper and Blossom and bloomed back in the day and had my fair amount of bitches and been through a lot of different things. So that's what I bring to the table, just a glimpse, kind of like a street perspective type thing, and just an interpretation of how to deal with bitches out there. You understand me?
Understood, my brother. So my first dose of you was from the first Gang King, so it was kind of cool to be being able to chop it up with you and meet you in Vegas and shit too. You know what I mean? Because as I kind of told you before, Lucario was where I got my start. I was just a nigga who was trolling bad advice in the chat rooms because niggas wasn't knowing these bitches for real, and so I had got a consultation with Ron Wills about writing a book. Because at this time I published like 40 books, but at the time I had published none, and I was always a writer. And then Lucario seen it. He made a video about me. Lucario seen it, interviewed me, and I started consulting. So I done had to consult in YouTube and shit for 5 years now, and it was all on the Exodus. So shout out to him. So it's good. It's gonna be my first time meeting him too. Y'all already met. Me and Mr. Lucario never met, so it's gonna be pretty
right.
dope.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He pretty cool people's man. Came out here, invited me down to they had a spot in downtown LA that was pretty fly, real professional, good people, solid. You feel me? But yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. Well, I just be out here, like I said, from dealing, like I said, dealing with a lot of different bitches, and being out here and like in the underworld, so to speak. When you engaging in criminal lifestyle, and that's paying all your bills, it puts you in like a certain type of dimension. I can't say I was like this super tough nigga out there, but you know what I'm saying? I existed in that world for a while. So I try to bring, I try to just bring from those experiences and try to shed light on the game really, and the nature of bitches and how niggas really should be conducting themselves, and it's just a discussion of behavior patterns type shit. That's all we really doing. You know what I mean? Like trying to get niggas to be able to identify these behavior patterns and respond appropriately. You feel me? Yeah.
That's what's up, man. How did the podcasting come along for you? Did you just get an idea? Or would you start doing it already, or like how long have you been doing it?
Well, really, man, you know, I had the blog back in the days. I had a blog probably starting in like, I don't remember what year that was. Maybe like, damn, I don't even remember, man. Probably like 2002 or three or some shit like that. I started a blog
Mhm.
called Top Mac Nigga, and I used to just be telling stories about, you know, different shit we used to be doing and whatnot. You know what I mean? And putting game in there. And
Yeah,
then I seen that Tariq Nasheed had wrote a book called
with Mackin.
yeah, The Art of Mackin, right?
You might be around my. Are you? Did you graduate between 95 and 99?
Oh man, I'm hella way older than that, nigga. I was
No.
out there. I was out there with fucking with bitches at
Oh,
and,
okay. No,
but
no, no, because you look older because of the beard now. But
I'm
when you
super
got the facial
old.
hair, you could have been. You know what I'm saying? You could have. I mean, I'm in my mid 40s, so you could have been
Yeah,
around my age. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
I
yeah,
graduated in the 90s.
yeah. Shit, man. I graduated in the '80s, bro. Like
Oh
'85
yeah.
type shit. But look, see, my thing was like, you know, I seen Tariq had wrote the book, so I really was like, when no disrespect to him, I just was like, I ain't never heard of this nigga before, and if he just put a book out saying he that, then oh man, I'm finna just tap into some of these real experiences out there. You know what? That's what I was doing with the blog.
Mhm.
And then I seen he had a podcast, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is tight! You could just go in the studio and talk and shit,
Mhm.
and put that out for niggas." I'm like, "Oh man!" Soon as I seen that he did that, I was like, "Oh, I know what he did. Okay, I'm going to." I went to a studio and just, you know, one of my people's had like a studio. I was like, "Man, let me pull up and just talk for an hour and just start putting some shit out." And that's
Cool.
what niggas started doing. But I kind of fucked up because I really had the vision, like in 2000s, like when I first started the pod, I was like, man, this shit need to be on YouTube type shit. But wasn't no podcast on YouTube back then. You feel me?
Yeah. Facts.
And I was like, man, but it seemed like I could just put the audio on YouTube and just, you know. So I kind of was slow on adapting from audio to video, and I think that kind of hurt a nigga a little bit. You feel me? But
I know what you mean because I didn't start. I started YouTube at 18, but I had the idea probably like at 15. So I agree, and I kick myself every day for it too.
yeah, yeah. So that's, you know, from watching other motherfuckers do it. Like I said, then when I saw Joe Rogan, I was like, oh man, I immediately put together. I had some white boys that I knew. I got them together, and I started to try to do some shit kind of similar to that.
Right.
But at that point in time, I had one dude was doing my audio, and then another motherfucker was doing my video and shit. So, you know, back in the beginning of this shit, you know, these motherfuckers gotta, you know, record all this video, edit that shit, you feel me? Sync it with the audio from this motherfucker over here, and then upload that shit. And them motherfuckers was slow, even though I'm paying motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? So that hurt me too, because now I can't get product out there fast enough. Like I'm doing a podcast and it's taking 2 weeks to get that shit back and uploaded. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I had to learn how to use all the shit, all the equipment. That was another process, learning video, learning cameras, fucking cinematography, fucking turn into a gaffer around this motherfucker fucking with this shit. You know what I'm talking about?
That's real talk, bro. When you start doing YouTube and podcasting for real, it literally kind of takes off over your life a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I wrote a book called "I Saw You Want to Be a Content Creator," and it's kind of like the 48 laws of power of this shit. You feel me? Because I tell cats, like, for instance, like, one of the laws is like, if you married or in a relationship, you might lose that person. Yeah, the woman gonna seem supportive when it's a cool idea, but when it come more important than her, you might see a different version of the bitch. You know what I'm saying? Just things of that nature, and just how you have, like, just in case friends, like, who niggas who they don't fuck with you, but they fuck with you enough to where if you pop, it seemed like they already there. You know what I mean? So it's kind of on that vibe, more on the like, share, and subscribe vibe. You know what I mean? Because if I would have been coach trained in this shit, I would have had to go through a lot of less bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, this shit, any nigga talking to me about podcast or doing any type of content creation, any type of shit, I'm like, man, damn, I'm fucking, my shit is like, nigga, you gotta learn how to use all the equipment. You can't depend on nobody. You feel me? And if you ain't ready to do that, you ain't ready to be in the game. We ain't even seeing your talent and whatever the fuck you want to do yet. Mm-hmm. You gotta learn how to use the shit. You could be in front of the camera all you want, but if you waiting for the product to come out, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got good content, man. Good production. That's why I said, man, where you at? Because I'll come dip out there and chop. That's what I like to do, man. I travel all the world and chop it up with the game in person and shit. Because I travel, so kill two with one stone. That's the thing about content creating, is everything you do is content. If I go to Brazil, that's content. If I go to LA, that's content. If I go to Vegas, that's content. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm right here in Oakland, so I'm close. I'm in the Bay. So you know how we do. Let me get to this next question I want to ask you, though, is, what is game to you, and when did you learn it?
What is game to me, and when did I learn it? Mm-hmm. Game to me is the recognition of behavior pattern, like with bitches and niggas. It's the recognition of behavior patterns and your ability to respond appropriately in the situation. So if you know what I'm saying, and this is something that could really only be learned over time and by observation and trial and error, like a motherfucker. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because you could read about some game or you could hear some game, but then until you actually in situations and experience shit and feel shit and see shit for yourself, then it's difficult for you to interpret your experience. Right. So like I said, it's the recognition of behavior patterns. So when you go out and you meet a bitch and you get to know a bitch and start interacting with a bitch, you got to be able to recognize different things she's saying to you, different things she's doing, and you have to be able to respond appropriately so things go in your favor. And I always say game is like physics. It's like physics. You feel me? Because it's really the formulas. It's like, because physics is a whole bunch of formulas, like E equals MC squared, so the game is like that. You present these certain behavior patterns to a bitch. You present sucker behavior patterns to a bitch. She gonna treat you like a sucker. It's not gonna, you know what I'm saying? If you approach shit with game, you moving with game, you moving with like you moving with like a player in situations, you're gonna have them type of reactions from a bitch. You know what I'm saying? You chasing bitches around, you acting thirsty, the bitch is gonna treat you like that. You know what I'm saying? So in that way, I feel like the game is like physics. So you got basic formulas out there that's just there, and they there for all times. If you do this, you do that, you do this, you're gonna have this type of response from a bitch. Mm-hmm. Like I'm gonna say, like 8 times out of 10, it's gonna go like this for you. You know what I'm saying? If a bitch presents you with these kind of behaviors, okay, you're gonna have to act like this now. if you can't act like this, if you can't fall back and leave a bitch alone, you're gonna look like a weirdo to a bitch. You know what I'm saying? And there ain't nothing you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? You wanna be out here texting bitches every morning, every morning, and in your mind, you think this is gonna, this is gonna work. No, it's gonna make you look like a weirdo to a bitch. You know what I'm saying? And she gonna fuck around and start hating you and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
especially if you're the one always initiating it, then that's even
that's
the problem.
that's what
I always tell cats, my brother, it's not about how many hoes you got in the bitches. For me, it's about the dynamics. My channel initially was called Dominance Mindset Raw Game, and that's what it was really about. I had to rebrand once I started doing different things, but it's all about the dynamics, because you can show me a bitch. You can show me a picture with you and 4 bitches and shit, but you might have paid 3 of them, and the other one might be on layaway. You did, so that
yeah.
might be the whole little circumstance behind everything.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, with regard to what you just said about seeing a nigga with bitches, I like to always see how, in reality, how the bitches is treating you. You know what I'm saying? If I could tell what's going on by how the bitches is treating you. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Now, dang, what was I talking about? I forgot.
About the aura of how a woman treats a man when you witness it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm just talking about before that. I was just bringing that up as far as you talking about seeing a picture of a nigga with 4 bitches and shit like that.
Oh no, you were talking about the game, the strategy, and how it's about human dynamics and patterns, not about hoes.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, man, if you know how to conduct yourself, you know what I'm saying, in situations, it'll always go well for you. That's why I say, you know, um, game is like a diamond the suckers cannot see. You understand me? And the game always will save you from a lot of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? If you move with game and recognize shit, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I always try to put it out there. And a lot of times I try to use what I see in popular culture as an example for niggas so they can understand. Like, I take somebody's situation and I say, see, he a sucker right here because he did A, B, and C right here. If he would have did this, it would have went like this for him. You know what I'm saying? And so in that way, I try to make things that happen in popular culture teachable moments type shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, you're using the current event as a metaphor for the teaching.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let,
So
us get into some early years. What was your first experience with a woman that and what did you learn from it, and how did it change you?
Oh yeah, I forgot you had asked me that about how did I come to getting game. I basically came to game. I feel like probably started thinking about dealing with bitches a certain kind of way, like in high school, like, you feel me? Get rejected in the 10th grade, get rejected by a bitch in the 10th grade, get rejected by the bitch again, the same bitch in the 11th grade, and then acquiring the things I needed to shine by the 12th grade, like, start having money, stepping nigga fashion game way up and beyond to where niggas at the dictating fashion to the school that I went to. I went to Compton High School back in the days, but to where I escalate to the level of dictating fashion to the school, becoming like a popular sports motherfucker on the campus, and then the same bitch come back and choose. You feel me? So witnessing the bitch choose, and then dealing with the bitch, like, cause I had put the bitch up on a pedestal, you know what I'm saying, the years before. And then when I acquired the bitch and seen the reality of that bitch, I was like, damn, it's like a regular bitch. You know, I mean, it ain't really nothing special about this bitch, right? You feel me? And then I caught wind, like some rumor shit from, it was credible from one of my people that the bitch was gonna dismiss me, right? So what I did right there was never talk to the bitch again. You understand me? Even though we at the same school, never talk to the bitch again, and then add a different bitch on the team that was like a badder bitch right there. And that was my first beginning experience with game. And then seeing that other bitch fold up because of that pressure. And then I just continued on in that format. Now that's early game. Now, once I went through, you know, college and shit like that, and then came back and was back in my section in Compton, and then started like being like really became like a criminal. Like I started scamming and shit like that, right? Mm-hmm. And so I had, you know, where I'm from, my section, you know, it was a few niggas that was really having paper, right? A few of my people was really having paper, like in other, you know, in like the dope game and shit like that, right? Mm-hmm. So, you know, we tight, you know what I'm saying? We hanging out, you know, I do, you know, I'll get money my way, they get money their way, we hang out, we from the same section. So they having tremendous amounts of bitches, but they also can afford to blow bags on they bitches. They can put bitches up in condos, get bitches cars for fun, laugh, pay bitch rent, you know what I'm saying? Buy bitches all types of shit. And I'm with niggas, right? I'm getting the same bitches, but I can't do none of that because I'm not really I'm getting money, but I'm not getting money. I can't sponsor no bitch. You know what I'm saying?
It's not disposable.
Right. But yeah. I'm there. So then I realized, I was like, man, I got to approach shit differently. I got to really like, you know, the way niggas is doing shit, you know, and I really started really like thinking about, I don't know, I just started thinking about Pimp game, right? And what Pimp game really was, you know what I'm saying? And really start analyzing pimping, right? Thinking about pimping. But I didn't want to be no pimp.
Right.
You understand me? I didn't want bitches selling pussy for me, right? And paying me, you know what I'm saying? And living off of that. But I knew that like if it was a dynamic range, if it was like pimping on this end, bitches selling pussy and giving me all the money, and then on this end is being a sucker, paying for everything. There got to be something right in here,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not, you know, I ain't trying to be like you know, depleting a bitch from her resources and all that type of shit. But at the same time, I know there's like there's a space where, you know, I can adapt some of these principles, and I can make these bitches respect and do more and be more manageable. You know what I'm saying? By using these principles, and it was like a theory I had type shit, and that shit worked. You know what I'm saying? And I approached it like pimping, but I'm not pimping. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And you know, I just was living like that. You know, for real. Like, you know what I mean? Many years.
The Boss Mac.
You know what I mean? And then,
straight up, Boss Mac. That's it.
You know, and then you know, I always noticed, you know, like, you know, fucking with a lot of bitches, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm fucking with certain kind of bitches, really, to keep it 100. Like, you know, I'm fucking with bitches that's fucking with other criminal niggas type shit, you know what I'm saying? And so it's certain type of bitches, right? And I realized, you know, in my adventures with bitches that, you know, I used to be like, I remember I used to just be like say like a Saturday morning, me and the bitch laying up in the bed, right? And first thing she do is get on the phone and call her homegirl and see what, you know, where her, and her homegirl is laying up with some nigga somewhere, right?
Right.
Bitch, we was whoopty woo, and the bitch, and the whole little adventures, and I used to be listening to that shit, and I used to be like, man, that shit is entertainment, man. I wish somebody could hear this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I wish this was just available to be heard. You know what I'm saying? You know, and so when after years of those types of experiences, one of my peoples that I grew up with that was like a tech mother, he's like a genius type of tech motherfucker from my section. And he's like, you heard about blogs? He always step in my life and put me up on some type of new technology and step my game up. He's like, you heard about blogs? I was like, what the fuck is a blog? He was like, you could go online and write down shit. It's like a book type shit, just write. And I was like, okay, then so that's when I started writing the stories, you feel me? Writing the blog, and then, you know, and then also another thing I noticed too is like a nigga go on his adventures, right? It was all about that. You know, hang out with a bitch, hang out with this bitch, the different episodes, the different shit that happened, you know. And then nigga go to the barbershop, you know, and niggas be talking, and when I get up and I'm telling the stories, I'm noticing the reaction of the niggas in the room from the story. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, me and this bitch was over here and this happened. I was over here and I was in the mob last night with this bitch, and this bitch said, woo, 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 woo. And you know what I'm saying? Niggas, the reaction, like, damn. You know, but I wasn't thinking there would ever be like you know, a platform where you could just
Yeah. That, you know, for me, that my first person, I don't know if you know him, but my first person I seen on YouTube was Minister Jap, and I used to really get into his content because he was roasting the single moms, and that was some shit that I would be doing with my friends, but I wasn't used to like seeing it online and hearing, you feel me, the people talking about it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, how it was just new, and I was like, man, what type of shit is this? Because, you know, before I started doing YouTube was like how to fix a flat tire search, how to change the oil. It wasn't, I didn't go to YouTube to look at content and kill time and shit. So it was different how it all changed, man.
Yeah, man. You know, I don't know. It's just this art form, this podcast art form is just, you know, I don't know. It's something that's really I feel like it's a beautiful thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. One of my prized possessions, you know, is the podcast I did with my mom who passed away. You know, and it's damn near like that's like looking at the podcast, like bring her alive for an hour, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so I think about how important that is, you know what I'm saying, to have this type of platform and to be able to, you know, put game out there, you know what I'm saying, and you know, tell stories about the, you know, different experiences so niggas can, you know, I don't expect when niggas hear, you know, episode or some type of shit, I say I don't expect niggas to just be like, okay, I'm just gonna make sure I follow that. It's just really in the air. So when you do it, you remember, oh shit, I remember, damn, Boss Mac said that. Damn, okay. Oh, okay. In this situation, I should expect the bitch to do this right here. And so you know what I'm saying? You have a little bit of, you feel me? Because I didn't have shit when I was coming through. I wish I did have a resource that like, because
they got it easy, bro. They don't realize it. We had to go out here and fuck up, bro. It wasn't none of this. When I had to learn how to get my first girlfriend back, I had to call the bitch a million times and her not answer. I didn't know you weren't supposed to do that.
You feel me?
Yeah. I didn't know that was against the rules. I just thought I got the sauce Fireball's game. I need to get her on the phone. Not thinking I just need to walk the fuck away, let her come back. That wasn't what I was thinking. I was thinking, no, she gonna do some of this. I got the right words and the right shit, and I'm pushing her away.
Man. Yeah, man. I ain't gonna even lie, man. I'm lucky. I'm lucky. I even had a nigga like. See, it's the role models niggas have. You feel me? And if you grew up with a bitch, with your moms only, and you know what I'm saying, and her friends and shit. You feel me? And you gotta have a good role model to copy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I was lucky. I got to see my G-Pops. He was like a hardcore motherfucker. I didn't get to see no exercise and game from him, but I knew to be a hardcore motherfucker just because of that. But then, I never really got the game. Like nobody really was like, hey man, when you turn 13, it's gonna happen to you, and you're gonna start having these feelings and emotions. But look, you need to start moving like this. You feel me? And then coming all the way up through the ranks, in high school and getting out there as a young adult. I mean, it's a lot of game that you gotta live through and receive. You know what I'm saying? So I just really, when you look back on my content, when you look back on the Boss Mac content right now, if I died right now, I feel like I damn near covered most situations a nigga would face.
Right.
In some type of way.
You left the legacy, the online one.
It's just there for niggas if they look for it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm in this type of situation, what should I do? If a bitch do this, what should I do? Right. You feel me? And that's really at the end of the day, all a nigga doing. You know what I'm saying? And then it turned into and then I feel like what a nigga doing is just like what a pastor do on Sunday. It's like I got a Bible of game in my mind that I just keep going through over and over. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because the episodes different situations keep manifesting in popular culture, and and what niggas send me in questions. You know what I'm saying? So it's
now you preaching facts, bro. Like I tell people, I wrote a lot of books, but I wouldn't have wrote this many books because I do a podcast. I get so many ideas off so many conversations that I have.
Man.
Yeah. So I never run out. You know what I'm saying? So it just continues to go. You was like, how do you keep doing it? Because I keep talking and I keep opening my mind and shit. And then it could be some shit that I could have a whole thing that happened in my life that could be a whole movie or a whole book that I forgot about that it took somebody to ask me to remember. You feel me? Shit like that.
Trigger all that shit. Yeah, yeah. That be happening on the pod a lot too. Like, that's why I like, because I do podcasts by myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then I do them with people too, though. You feel me? And then like some of the ones with people, that's when that happens. A motherfucker say some shit to me and trigger like some shit that, a nigga saw. A nigga, see what it is It's just it's a nigga is old. You feel me? And it's
Right.
so many fucking episodes. You feel me? It's
Oh,
so
real
many.
talk. Real talk. I graduated in '99. People think I'm in my 30s. I ain't in my 30s. I'm in my 40s.
Hey man, nigga, like I said, I graduated in '85, my nigga, and
You
it's
might, you might, you might, you might. My sister, she went to Skyline in Oakland. She graduated
yeah.
'84, so I know how old you.
See, I know about that high school too. See,
Uh,
because I went to college at Sonoma State University up at Sonoma County, Rohnert Park, Petaluma, all that shit up there in Northern California. When you keep going up to 101, San Marin, San Rafael,
yeah,
through all that shit over there.
you getting
Yeah,
closer to the
I
night.
went, oh, yeah, yeah.
Boss Mac, I got two questions for you before we leave off. One is about life, and one is about game. Because I pattern myself. Even though I do give the dating shit, I try to give guys a lot of wisdom too and travel shit. So as far as like on the wisdom shit, what are three things you could have told yourself in high school that that sometimes they say, what would you tell your whatever self? But you could tell people something, but that don't mean you listen. So what would you tell your 18-year-old self that you know that you could have moved different with that? What are three things?
Um, don't worry about pussy like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, focus, focus more on learning and doing better in school and learning as far as on the more technical end as far as mathematics and science. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Worry less about bitches. You don't put a lot of emphasis on it. But still fuck with bitches, but don't worry about it like that. You know what I'm saying? Get money. Um,
You good right there, my bro. I mean, because we doing math. That's three, so I'm gonna give y'all five for your tips, but I'll give y'all at least for the hoes because the wisdom is important. So what's two things about women that you know now that that couldn't have been taught that you had to go through? Two things.
um, that you never confide in bitches ever. You know, your innermost secrets or beliefs and dreams. None of that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could give her a glimpse of some of your shit, but never confide in bitches ever. You know what I'm saying? Always, you know what I'm saying? And always know that you the leader in all situations, no matter what. When it's you and a bitch, you the leader. You feel me? And never, ever, ever, ever let a bitch lead nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because if it fuck up, it's still gonna be your fault. You know what I'm saying? Just like in the Bible, like when God told Adam, said when Eve ate the apple, and then she got Adam to eat the apple, and then when God came and they was hiding, and God said, "Why y'all hiding?" Because we naked. How y'all know y'all naked? Okay, so y'all ate the motherfucking apple. Okay, what Adam? He ain't even talk to the bitch. Adam, what happened? The bitch gave me the apple. I told you that you was the leader. The fuck is you talking about?
Let,
The
let, let,
bitch. Nah, it ain't the bitch. It's you. You know what I'm saying? So I just say all of that to say a nigga gotta always be the leader. You feel me? Never fold in that, and you know what I'm saying. Never confide in a bitch. I don't
let,
think.
let's unpack that a little more because that's something that goes back and forth in the spear and the man spear about do you or don't you. So what's your reason why you think that you cannot confine to a bitch? Because that's like an ongoing thing. Back and forth.
Confide.
Yeah,
When I say confide in a bitch, like you can't really tell a bitch all of your secrets and all of your dreams and all of your, innermost weaknesses and moves and shit like that, and maintain an authoritative position and think that she won't use that shit against you in the future.
yeah. When she get pissed off, she gonna throw it right in your face.
She could and tell other motherfuckers.
Yeah, and
There is no. I have never seen a bitch that did not. Whatever you told a bitch, some other motherfuckers know.
facts.
I don't give a fuck. Now it's a lot of super solid bitches out there. You feel me? I ain't saying that. It's some solid bitches that what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, you cannot confide everything into a bitch because you can't do it. You can't do it. You gotta stay a certain amount of mystery to a bitch, and you gotta stay you gotta listen, man. You gotta stay in a leadership capacity. Even if you gotta be leading strong, even if you're wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you could be open to suggestions from a bitch that's coming in a real feminine, suggestive way, even though she could maybe see that you really fucking up on your leadership, but it's so strong she can't move it. But you know what I'm saying? She can still get you the appropriate information to help you navigate in a feminine type of way. You feel me? But a nigga gotta always stay in a leadership mode, I feel. And confiding, when you get to confiding, it's the beginning. Even if you listen, man, even if you go to the doctor and they tell you, hey man, you got cancer, you got you got stage 3 whoopie-whoop cancer. Hey man, I don't advise you to tell a bitch until it's really fucking you up. You understand me? I advise you not to tell a bitch. You feel me? Because I have seen it when, okay, you would think that the bitch would be like, oh, let me start helping a nigga. You feel me? And then I seen the bitch go, oh, maybe I need to start forming an exit plan because this nigga ain't healthy.
Yeah.
You feel me? And that's the fucked up part. You like, wait a minute, I thought the bitch loved me.
Yeah. You don't love the same.
I mean, she do, but it's kind of conditional.
Yeah. Hey, bro, I tell players when a bitch say I love you and you say I love you back, we speak in a different language. It just sound the same.
That you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So maybe you don't want to reveal that weakness yet. Or here's another thing. Maybe when you met a bitch, your bag was way significant. Your bag was up. And maybe some couple of financial things happened to you. You know what I'm saying? And the bag is down. But it ain't affecting your surface appearance, right?
Yeah.
Man, you don't confide them L's.
I got $73 in my bank account, baby. It's all good.
Everything is good, bitch. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And move appropriately. You know what I'm saying? Confessing insecurities to bitches in any kind of way. Showing it. Listen, and here's a critical one. This is another one that I don't give a fuck. No, and niggas can say whatever you want to say about this one. I told the niggas, I said, listen, you with a bitch and somebody around you die. If it's your mom's, pops, or brother or sister or something, I feel like you could show a little bit of, maybe a little bit of tear, maybe a little in front of them.
Little gloss.
Maybe a little.
Little gloss.
You feel me? friends and shit like homies and other people. Hey man, you can't break down and weep in front of a bitch.
Wow.
And get no pass.
There it is.
You're not gonna get no pass, bro. You think I can cry in front of a bitch? Even a bitch telling you it's okay you can cry in front of me is a motherfucking trick, nigga. You can't do that.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, what she gonna say? It's not okay while you doing it.
You gotta cry to God. You understand me? You gotta pull over on the side of the road at the ocean somewhere and cry to God, nigga. You can't let no bitch see you weeping. You feel me? And I ain't even getting into weeping over a bitch in her face.
Right.
Because a bitch left you or some type of sucker shit. You feel me? I'm talking about a death and a bitch. You can't let a bitch see that. Right. So don't even let me get into a bitch dismiss me. You feel me?
Crying
so that's what I'm saying. You can't confide. You can't confide in bitches. I ain't saying you gotta be lying to bitches repeatedly and none of that. It's a difference between I feel like lying to bitches in a sucker way than confiding in bitches. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, never, ever, you can't, I just, so them two things.
People don't realize, bro, when you say dick is a gift, that's a whole mindset, bro. It sounds funny, y'all laughing shit. Y'all not getting the whole part. He's actually saying we ward hoes with the sex, bro. Y'all think it's like some cute, funny shit to say. That's just some real man hat principles. Dick is a gift. Like, that's literally how you supposed to feel. And if you don't feel like that, if you feel like you're trying to fuck hoes, you already lost already. Yeah, where can we find you at, brother?
I'm on Instagram at Ballsmack Topsoil. The Ballsmack Podcast at the Ballsmack Podcast for the podcast, or you could go on YouTube and just put Ballsmack in YouTube and I'm gonna come up. You know what I'm saying? Or you could put Ballsmack in Google and I'm gonna come up. You know what I'm saying? And you can tap in and enjoy the experience on SoundCloud as well, iTunes. Not on Spotify yet. I gotta get that popping. But on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, we try to upload a lot of clips, you know what I'm saying, and keep the people with a constant flow of game and entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I be putting a lot of game in the air, and then I be interviewing a lot of motherfuckers too, though. I be interviewing a lot of motherfuckers with my guy Boogaloo. Mm-hmm. And Boogaloo starting a podcast too called Stay Dangerous, which is another philosophy that I have out here, part of the game. Boogaloo got a podcast called Stay Dangerous, which is, it sounds negative, but it's not. It's really like, that's another motto of mine is you got to stay dangerous out here. Really, to have bitches, you got to stay dangerous because at the end of the day, if you out with a bitch and something happen, you're going to have to get in front of that. You know what I'm saying? So, niggas is security. It's a security thing. You feel me? And, I always say, like, in reality, like, if you chilling with a bitch and the devil bust out the floor, you understand me? You got to rush the devil like you expected that shit to happen. And even though you're going to die type shit, you understand me? That's really the mindset. But, yeah. So I do interviews. I try to talk to noteworthy individuals in my atmosphere, a lot of real nigga shit. I try to blend a lot of real nigga shit into my my content as well. That's why I got Boogaloo on the show sometimes. And we, it's a lot of real nigga dialogue that we put out there because, I believe it's like a life philosophy type of shit of, how to conduct yourself in certain situations. And, I like to bring niggas on that I feel is noteworthy in this area that have influences so you could see their characters and whatnot. Niggas that probably wouldn't even get on camera and do no podcast type shit. You know what I'm saying? And, also, I'm from a Piru neighborhood. I'm from, my section is like a Piru section. Mm-hmm. So out here, we try to make sure we connect with niggas from different sections and show that the connectivity and it's really real niggas is the same everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And show that, we all really need to be working together and bringing these manhood principles to the front, so niggas could be better all around. You know what I'm saying? So I bring noteworthy Crip niggas in here, and it's a lot of noteworthy Crip niggas that I really have a lot of respect for and appreciate, and so we just try to have man conversations. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, that end up with you having to check a bitch in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Good, man. Hey, yeah. I appreciate your time, my brother. I'm always a text, phone number, whatever away. Anytime you need something, or you want to bounce some ideas off a brother, you want to write a book, man, just tap in with me, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I'm a remember that you said that. Also, you can come down and sit in the end with the Ball Smack one time. You ever down in LA? Let the nigga know.
Yeah, shit, we can do it next month, man. I'm about to be off in 2 weeks, so we'll chop it up.
Yeah, whenever.
I'm gonna work on the 13th. I'll move around a little bit. You feel me?
Yeah. Well, we always working, man. So you're more than welcome to pull up, and just all.
Oh, real quick too. I know some cats and they got a studio also that's called the Big and Better Podcast. I'll link you in them, and they got an in studio too. I was out there December. They had the New Jack City concert out there, so I went. Not the concert. They had the New Jack City play, so I went there. And we went to the podcast, so y'all can even probably exchange because they got a studio. You got a studio. Y'all can you go over there. They come over there, but it's two cats. I'll link you with them.
Yeah, I'm always down to collab. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I don't even be getting invited to podcasts like that. I be tripping off of that. Niggas don't be fucking with me, but I appreciate everybody who fuck with me. You know what I'm talking about?
Cool, man. Yeah. You have a blessed evening, and we'll tap in, my brother.
All right. Also, I want to tell y'all, y'all can cop this shirt right here. Happy bitches, bomb as fuck. At Ball Smack Streetwear, I got a lot of shit like that, like this bitch relax shirt that Snoop got on right here. We put game on the shirt to make bitches want to flirt, and I'm trying to tell you, man, you wear this shirt right here and you go outside, bitches will take pictures of you and start a conversation with you, and that's the Ball Smack helping you get bitches. And I ain't even there. I appreciate you, bro.
Oh, and then you got a piece of content too, so I'm gonna send you this, and you can just chop this up. You featured enough to where, boom, you looking real good, saying your shit. That's content for you, man. Reels it up, whatever you need to do, man.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, 100. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, you guys in the comment section when I drop this will be the night. Y'all let me know what's the best thing y'all learned and what stood out. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna have you tagged in the title, and we'll just chop it up, my bro.
All right, brother. Appreciate you, man.
All good, man. Have a good one.
All right, now.
Peace.